Hello, welcome back to Science with Miss Oliver. I'm super excited to have you here with me today and I can't wait to get started. But before we do, let's make sure we have a few things in place. The first thing we're going to do is take out the two worksheets that we're going to work with for this lesson. They are titled Healthy Eating. You should see a worksheet with 5 plates on it. You're going to need a pencil to write with. And most importantly, you want to make sure you're in a quiet and calm space so you can focus and grow your brain. If you need to pause the video right here to get all your things together, please do so. If not, we can go ahead and get started. So for our science lesson, we've been talking about all things body. In our first lesson, we talked about identifying the body and naming those body parts. Then we moved on to our personal hygiene and keeping those body parts clean. After that, we talked about the brain and how it connects to our emotions and our feelings. Now, we're moving on to something super special, one of my favorite subjects. We're moving on to healthy eating, because who doesn't like to eat? I know I do. So what is healthy eating? Healthy eating is enjoying a variety of nutritious foods from each of the 5 food groups. How many food groups do we have? That's right. 5 food groups. Healthy foods help us to grow, and it gives us energy to be able to do things. Without the proper nutrition, our bodies wouldn't be able to survive. Oh my gosh. So right now we're going to take out our worksheet and our pencil and we're going to get ready to write something. Question number 1 says, how many food groups do we have? We just went over that answer. Who thinks they remember? How many food groups do we have? That's right, we have 5 food groups. So on that first line for number 1, you're going to write the number 5 because we have 5 food groups. So go ahead and pause your video and write the number 5. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the 5 fabulous food groups, a variety of food is needed because different foods contain different substances that are needed to keep us healthy. So most of the foods we eat, they fall into the category of the 5 food groups. The first one is fruits, the fruit food group. Let me hear you say that. Fruit food group. That's kind of a tongue twister. The fruit group can include things from strawberries, bananas, apples, watermelons, and pears, all the way to fruit juices. So instead of eating processed junk food like chips or fruit snacks or something like that, you can reach for a piece of fruit like an apple, some strawberries, a banana to fill your tummy up in between meals. So for a snack, get an apple instead of some chips. So if we look at our picture right here, we see we have a plate and it says fruits. This is about how much fruits you should have on your plate every time you eat. So we're going to take out our worksheet and our pencil again because we're going to get ready to write something. Question number 2 says, which food group is number 1? Look at our plate. It has the number 1 right here. And if we look at our screen, it has fruits right here. So that means number 1 is the what group? The fruit group. Awesome job. So we're going to write fruits on that line. Go ahead and pause your video so you can write fruits for number 2. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second part of the question says, name 2 foods found in that fruit group. These are a lot of the fruits that are found in the fruit group. You're going to write yours on these lines. Miss Oliver wrote apples and bananas. You can pick any 2, or you can write the same 2 that I wrote. It is up to you. So you're going to pause your video and write 2 fruits that are found in the fruit food group. Pause. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to the next fruit group, which is, not quite. So, about how much fruit are you supposed to have on your plate? For scholars ages 4 to 8, that's you need about 1 to about 1.5 cups of fruit on your plate every day to make sure that you grow strong and healthy. Now to the next food group, we have vegetables. So eating different vegetables is really important. Dark green vegetables like broccoli and spinach provides us with different nutrients from orange and red vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. That's why we should taste the rainbow and eat a variety of different vegetables and fruits. So look at this rainbow of vegetables and fruits. Doesn't it look delicious? Yum, yum. So let's look at our plate once again. We see our vegetable area. So this is about how much vegetables you should have on your plate every day. So if we look, we see that fruits and vegetables cover half of our plate. That's a lot of fruits and vegetables, but that's making sure we grow strong and healthy. So let's take out our worksheet and we're looking at question number 3. It says, what food group is number 2? Look at our plate, we see number 2 right here. Look at our plate on the screen, we see vegetables. So that means number 2 is what? That's right, vegetables. So you're gonna pause your video right here to write vegetables on our line for number 3. Pause. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second part of the question says, name 2 foods found in that food group. So if we look right here, we have a list of some of the vegetables found in the vegetable group. Miss Oliver wrote peppers and carrots, but you can choose any 2 that you want to write, or you can choose the same 2 that I wrote, and you're going to write that on your line. So go ahead and pause your video so you can write your 2 vegetables. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving on. So about how much vegetables are you supposed to eat? For scholars ages 4 to 8, that's you. You need about 1.5 cup of vegetables on your plate every day to make sure that you're growing up strong and healthy. Up next, we have our grains. The grains group includes foods like bread, tortillas, rice, pastas, breakfast cereals made from wheats and oats. I think this may be my favorite group because I love bread, pasta, rice, all of that. So if we look at our plate, we see we have our grains group at the top right here. This is about how much grains you're supposed to eat every day every day. Let's go ahead and take out our paper and our pencil. Now we're on question 4 on that second sheet. Make sure you're on question 4. It says, what food is number 3? If we look at our paper, we see number 3 is at the top right here. If we look on the screen, we see our grains group. So you're going to write grains on that line. Go ahead and pause your video to write grains. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second part of the question says name 2 foods found in the food group. So these are some of the grains found in the grains group. Miss Oliver wrote corn and oatmeal for her grains. You can pick 2 from this list, or you can write the same 2 that Miss Oliver wrote. It is up to you. Go ahead and pause your video and write 2 of the foods found in the grains group. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to how many servings per day. So for scholars ages 4 to 8, that is you. You need about 5 ounces of grains on your plate every day to make sure that you're growing up strong and healthy. Moving on to our next one, which is protein. Foods such as meats, seafood, nuts, seeds, tofu, and eggs are all healthy protein that helps to provide nutrients. These foods help our bodies to grow and repair itself, and it keeps our hair, our skin, our muscles, and our nails nice and strong. So if we look at our plate, We have our protein area right here. This is about how much protein you need on your plate every day to make sure that you're growing up nice and strong. Let's go ahead and take out our paper, and we're looking at question number 5. Oh, I'm sorry, question number, oopsie. Yep, question number 5. It says, which food group is number 4? Which food group is number 4? We just talked about our meats group, which is called our protein. So we're going to write protein on the line. So go ahead and pause your video and write protein. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to look at the second part. It says name 2 foods found in that food group. These are some of the proteins found in the protein group. Miss Oliver wrote eggs and fish. You can pick any 2 from this list, or you can write the same 2 Miss Oliver wrote. It is up to you. So go ahead and pause your video to pick your 2. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So about how much protein per day are you supposed to have? Scholars ages 4 to 8, that's you, needs about 4 ounces of protein to make sure that you're growing up nice and strong. Moving on to our last one, which is dairy. Dairy foods are the main source of calcium, a nutrient needed a nutrient we all need for strong bones and teeth. Dairy doesn't always have to be like a glass of milk. It can be part of your meal like cheese quesadillas or served as a snack or dessert. Yogurt with fresh fruit or a fruit smoothie made with low-fat milk make great desserts. Yummy. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So if we look at our plate, we see that our drink is counted as our dairy. Now we're looking at our last question, question number 6. It says, which food group is number 5? Ooh. Our plate, if we look at our picture on our paper, we see number 5 is our cup. If we look on the screen, we see dairy is in our cup. So we're going to write dairy on the line. So go ahead and pause your video right here to write dairy. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second part of the question says name 2 foods found in that food group. These are some of the foods found in the dairy group. Miss Oliver wrote cheese and milk. You can pick any 2, or you can write the same 2 that I wrote. It is up to you. So go ahead and pause your video so you can write your 2. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So how much dairy are we supposed to have per day? For scholars ages 4 to 8, that is you. You needed about 2 to 5 cups, 2.5 cups of dairy every day to make sure you're growing up nice and strong with strong bones and strong teeth. Ooh. So that is the end of our science lesson for today. I hope you learned so much and you go back and share it with all your friends and your family. I'll see you next time for science. Bye.